Your brain is constantly on guard, scanning the world for danger, even when you feel safe. This threat system is designed to protect you, triggering stress, alertness, and quick reactions when it senses risk. But in modern life, it can misfire, interpreting harmless situations as threats and keeping you tense, anxious, or hyper-aware. Understanding how this system works reveals why the mind reacts the way it does, even when no real danger exists. Today, we will talk about the brain's threat system explained. So before we start, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. 1. The brain's threat system. The brain's threat system, i.e., also known as the fight or flight response, is a survival mechanism designed to protect us from danger. This system is primarily controlled by the amygdala, a small, almond-shaped structure that evaluates threats in our environment. When a potential danger is detected, the amygdala triggers physiological responses such as increased heart rate, heightened alertness, and rapid breathing to prepare the body for immediate action. In ancestral environments, this response was critical for survival, allowing humans to react quickly to predators or natural hazards. However, in modern life, the threat system often activates in response to non-life-threatening situations, such as social conflicts, work pressures, or financial stress. This misfiring can create unnecessary anxiety and tension, making ordinary challenges feel urgent or threatening. Understanding how this system operates helps explain why the brain sometimes perceives danger where none exists, and why emotional and physical reactions can feel disproportionate to the situation. 2. The role of the amygdala. The amygdala plays a central role in detecting and responding to threats. It continuously scans for potential danger, interpreting sensory input and memory to assess risk. When it perceives a threat, the amygdala sends signals to the hypothalamus and other regions to initiate a cascade of hormonal and physiological responses. This includes the release of adrenaline and cortisol, which heighten alertness, increase muscle tension, and sharpen focus on the perceived danger. While these responses are useful in real emergencies, they can become maladaptive when triggered by everyday stressors or imagined threats. Overactive amygdala responses can lead to chronic anxiety, hypervigilance, and stress-related health issues. Understanding the amygdala's role provides insight into why the body reacts strongly, even to minor or hypothetical challenges. 3. Fight, flight, or freeze. The brain's threat system manifests in 3 primary responses: fight, flight, or freeze. In a fight response, the body prepares to confront danger aggressively, increasing strength and energy. In flight, the body prioritizes escape, increasing speed and alertness to evade threats. Freeze occurs when the brain perceives that neither fight nor flight is viable, often resulting in paralysis, indecision, or dissociation. Each response is adaptive in genuine danger, but can be counterproductive in modern stressors, such as interpersonal conflict or deadlines. For example, freeze may manifest as avoidance or procrastination, while fight can show up as irritability or confrontation. Recognizing these responses allows individuals to understand their behavioral patterns and develop strategies to regulate reactions, reducing unnecessary stress in daily life. 4. The prefrontal cortex and threat regulation. The prefrontal cortex is the brain region responsible for higher-order thinking, reasoning, and executive control. It helps regulate the amygdala's threat response by evaluating risks more rationally. In situations perceived as threatening, the prefrontal cortex can inhibit excessive emotional reactions, allowing for measured responses. However, under chronic stress or fatigue, this regulatory system can become impaired, making the amygdala's responses dominant. This imbalance contributes to heightened anxiety, overreaction, and difficulty making calm decisions. Strengthening prefrontal cortex function through mindfulness, cognitive training, and stress management helps individuals modulate the threat system, reducing disproportionate fear responses and enhancing emotional resilience. 5. Chronic stress and an overactive threat system. Chronic activation of the threat system can have profound physical and mental health consequences. Persistent stress keeps the body in a state of alert, with continuous release of stress hormones like cortisol. Over time, this can impair sleep, weaken the immune system, increase cardiovascular risk, and disrupt cognitive function. Emotionally, an overactive threat system contributes to anxiety disorders, irritability, and difficulty forming or maintaining relationships. The brain essentially interprets normal life challenges as threats, creating unnecessary tension and exhaustion. Understanding this mechanism highlights the importance of identifying triggers and employing strategies to calm the nervous system, allowing the body to operate in a balanced, energy-efficient state rather than constant vigilance. 6. The role of perceived threats. Interestingly, the brain does not distinguish well between real and perceived threats. The amygdala reacts to threats based on interpretation, memory, and expectation, not necessarily objective danger. This explains why social rejection, financial concerns, or imagined outcomes can trigger full physiological threat responses. Overthinking, rumination, and negative self-talk amplify perceived threats, further activating the threat system. Recognizing that many threats are mental constructs rather than actual dangers helps individuals respond with awareness rather than reflexive stress. Cognitive strategies, reframing, and reality testing are essential tools for managing perceived threats and reducing unnecessary activation of the brain's threat system. 7. Threat system and emotional memory. The brain's threat system is closely linked to emotional memory. Experiences of past trauma or stress create neural patterns that heighten sensitivity to similar situations in the future. Even minor cues reminiscent of prior negative experiences can trigger strong threat responses. For example, a past criticism may make an individual hyper-aware of tone or body language in conversations. This learned sensitivity is adaptive for survival, but can become maladaptive in safe contexts, reinforcing anxiety and self-doubt. Understanding this connection allows for targeted interventions, such as therapy or mindfulness, to retrain neural responses and reduce the overactivation of the threat system. 8. Strategies to calm the threat system. Regulating the threat system requires intentional practices that activate the parasympathetic nervous system, the rest and digest mode. Techniques include deep breathing, progressive muscle relaxation, mindfulness meditation, and controlled exposure to stressors. Physical activity and proper sleep also support regulation by reducing cortisol levels and restoring balance. Cognitive strategies, such as reframing negative thoughts and practicing evidence-based assessments of risk, help the prefrontal cortex override unnecessary amygdala activation. Consistent practice strengthens neural pathways for calm, measured responses, reducing chronic stress and improving overall emotional regulation. 9. Leveraging awareness for better responses. Awareness of the brain's threat system is the first step toward mastery. Recognizing automatic fight, flight, or freeze reactions allows individuals to pause, evaluate, and respond intentionally rather than react impulsively by identifying triggers, understanding physiological responses, and practicing calming strategies. People can maintain composure, improve decision-making, and strengthen relationships. Awareness also reduces the power of imagined threats, helping the mind distinguish between genuine danger and mental projection. Over time, this conscious approach rebalances the threat system, promoting resilience and adaptive responses to stress. If you liked this video and would like to see more like it, please give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, and click the button to subscribe.